Hello, welcome back to the Amber Wave Show, where we look back at our matches this past week against Walsham Le Willows, as well as our midweek encounter against local rivals Kirkley and Pakefield.
Yep, firstly, we take a look at this past week's result against Kirkley and Pakefield.
But quickly, we want to reiterate what the Amber Wave stands for and what it means. So the Amber Wave group was created by me and Alex a few years ago, and we made it to support Great Yarmouth, to make the group as open to everyone and a safe space for all. We are family friendly, even though it does stray a bit when things happen like Hadley. But we want to reiterate that we support the players and the managers 110%. Give them the support regardless if they win, lose or draw. And if that means if people don't want to give 110% support and want to moan, complain, point fingers, then the Amber Wave is not really for them. Maybe find a fan base that accepts the blaming and pointing at fingers at people who, when things aren't going too well.
Yeah, anyone that wants to make the atmosphere in the Amber Wave negative and unfriendly will be asked to leave, because we want to be a beacon of positivity. And with that being said, we look back at this weekend's fixture with no YouTuber there, and there is no highlights, unfortunately.
Yeah, the game kicked off at a blistering pace, with Yarmouth finding their feet quickly and were playing well. We were told the referee was being assessed, and we're not making any presumptions, but have a guess of how it will go.
Yeah, Yarmouth were in blistering form with lots of forward play and promising attacks, and soon in the first half, Yarmouth were on a great attack with the ball play through to the footballing hero Jake Spooner, who some say will confuse with wrestling star Joe Hendry. Jake Spooner controlled the ball well and with a blistering shot smashed it past the Walsham keeper for the Amber Wave to erupt into song.
Yep, so Yarmouth after that goal were having the majority of the chances. However, there did seem to be, in my opinion, a lot of soft yellow cards going into the referee's book. Just before half-time, Yarmouth had a throw-in in the Walsham half. However, the referee awarded it to Walsham without Barber noticing. He was in the way. His hand went up, claiming for the throw-in, but the ball came into play from the Walsham throw and hit the hand of Barber. The referee reached into the pocket and showed Barber a second yellow, leading to a red and reducing Yarmouth to 10. However, Yarmouth did manage to see the half out and managed to go into the break leading 1-0.
The second half started as you would imagine, Yarmouth more on the defensive side as Walsham were attacking, trying to find an equaliser, and they were doing a good job. There wasn't a huge deal going forward, but we had a lead to defend onto, not a sport to chase. But after a good amount of defence, we were finally broken as a bit of miscommunication in the back line led Walsham to an equaliser after a well-taken shot from the right-hand side, hit the inside of the post and went in.
Yeah, so moments later, it went from bad to worse for the Bloaters as Sammy was on the throw-in in our own half. The throw-in taker was changed to Ryan Jacobs and on the Bloaters' right-hand side. Now, the referee suddenly stopped play and booked Ryan Jacobs, who was already on a yellow, leading to the red card coming out. The reason for taking too long with the throw-in. Bizarre, I know. That then meant the Bloaters were down to 9. And as you can imagine, the two extremely soft yellows, with the referee being assessed, frustrated the fans and the players. A conversation was had between Deeks and the referee, who the referee then decided to sin bin Deeks, reducing the players further down to 8. Now, in my personal opinion, I thought both reds were incorrect, and I wonder if they would have been given if the ref wasn't being assessed. But then again, referees are never card happy and never go over the top being assessed. I mean, just look at Fakenham earlier this season with the 2 red cards that were given. Never over the top.
Yeah, they're never over the top when being assessed, but this caused issues for the Bloaters. 8 that were on the field for the last remaining 10 minutes of the game, and 2 quick-fire goals when we were down to 8 finished off the game for the Bloaters, and in stoppage time, Walsham added a 4th to their tally, finishing the game Walsham 4, Great Yarmouth 1.
Yeah, a great game that had so much potential to be a cracker, but unfortunately not to be. Assessors. Hey, thoughts on the game?
I think it started off quite positive for us, and then I think when all sort of the cards came out and it just sort of ruined the game, I thought, because all the cards coming out that quickly, that soon, literally for any little challenge, I think it just ruined the game.
Yeah, it was quite bizarre how yellow cards were dished out like
and then the following
Christmas
week, or like
cards.
the most recent game, there was so many like challenges going in that were more worthy of cards from
Yeah,
previous games, and no card came out until like a yellow card. I think it was in the second half when the card finally came out, and then another red card came out. And
2 red cards, yeah. But it's weird. It's weird how we've had referees being assessed. The referees that we've had assessed 4 or 5 games, there have been an abnormal number of yellow cards, an abnormal number of red cards.
Yeah,
and
it
is
somewhat silly decisions as well.
Some I wouldn't. I would say extremely soft decisions.
Yeah.
Majority of which a referee that may not have been being watched would not have given.
Yeah.
But that's our opinion. But yeah.
Yeah, and with that over and done, we look to midweek as action as Yarmouth took to the road again, but this time to local rivals down the road, Kirkley and Pakefield.
Yeah, Kirkley and Pakefield came into this game sitting in 15th place, 19 points off of the relegation with 27 games played in total. That equalling 8 wins, 7 draws and 12 losses, sitting on 31 points and a minus 11 goal difference.
After this weekend's defeat, Yarmouth remain in 12th, but with a chasing pack behind them. Yarmouth have played 25 games so far this season with 9 wins, 7 draws and 9 defeats, a positive 5 goal difference and 34 points. Yarmouth can boast the best goal difference from all the clubs around them, with it being the best goal difference from 20th in the league all the way up to 9th.
Yeah, Yarmouth's form is still in a little bit of a patchy run as of late, as we are still trying to chase our first win since Boxing Day, while Kirkley and Pakefield has found some form of late with 2 wins and 3 losses. So we went to that game Tuesday, and here's the match brief of it.
Yeah, again, unfortunately, we don't have any match highlights of this, but the game kicked off in a very cold and damp evening in Kirkley and Pakefield. I was just getting my foot dry after stepping out of my car into a massive puddle because the car park was like very the bloaters started just like they started against Walsham at the weekend, with blistering pace and forward momentum, not looking like a side struggling for wins. Yeah,
shots were coming in very quickly, thick and fast, with Cousins and Jacobs having shots that were either saved or went marginally wide, as James became ball boy for the first half.
Soon enough, the bloaters went 1-0 up, with the returning Jake Spooner finding the back of the net after a great pass run, managing to squeeze the ball through the legs of the Kirkley goalkeeper, and the bloaters were in a driving seat position.
Yeah, soon after, Kirkley and Pakefield had their own chances to equalise, with one shot just going wide of the top left corner. But soon after, what seemed to be confusion in the back line, Kirkley gathered the ball, stormed down onto the goal from the right-hand side, and the Kirkley striker unleashed a shot. And it was very similar to Spooner's goal earlier, managed to squeeze through the legs of Brandon Ling to equalise and make it 1-1.
The game started heating up after that, with tackles flying in from both sets of teams. The referee really needed to be on it, although somehow he did not book any players in the first half, when in fairness he could have dished out a couple cards to both sets of players.
Yeah, we went into the break 1-1 with all to play for in the second half.
The second half then kicked off, and Kirkley had more of the possession and chances. Kirkley managed to break through the Yarmouth defence in the early stages of the second half. 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, Brandon Ling came out of his goal, made himself big and made a brilliant save to keep the scores level.
Yeah, soon after, the tackles were flying in again for both teams, with finally a yellow card being given to the Kirkley midfielder after quite a bad tackle. Definitely not a red, but was worthy of a yellow all day. But with the yellow card, the floodgates opened in terms of cards.
Yes, and soon after, a late challenge came in from Brian Jacobs, I believe, and it was late and high. Unfortunately, then a melee became everyone just piled in. From the Kirkley players, which probably made up the mind of the official for him. And after taking a minute for the players to calm down, the referee pulled out a red card for Jacobs, and the bloaters down to 10. Yeah,
after that red for the bloaters remained focused and were pressing for that goal. It nearly came in the form of a penalty soon after, as Jesse was taken clean out of the box. The referee blew his whistle, but gave it to Kirkley for simulation. We were baffled, as it was right in front of us, clear as day. The referee couldn't consult his linesman for this at all, but I'll be honest, I was wondering if the linesman on the near side was aware that there was actually a football match going on.
Although, when this foul was given, a Kirkley player did decide to push Jesse in the face while he was down, which was spotted straight in front of the referee, so it was kind of a silly decision from him to do, which resulted in both teams then being reduced to 10 men.
Yeah, with the teams at 1-1 and both down to 10, it was anyone's game, and the winner should have come for the Bloaters in the 94th minute as the ball was played through to the Yarmouth striker. The bloater ran past 2 defenders and placed it into the net, and somehow, some way, the lineswoman flagged for offside. Now, we have this on video, which we're going to show you. We also have a still of when the ball was played. Now, the only explanation I can think of this for being offside is that maybe she had something in her eye or she wasn't looking at play, because it is the most onside offside you will ever see, and we'll insert that ghost goal here.
Send him.
Yes! What?
And that was how it finished for the Bloaters. 1 goal apiece, and the points are shared. So all eyes now move on to Saturday for the Bill Punton Day as the Bloaters take on Stowmarket.
Yeah. 1-1 draw. Fair draw.
I think it's a fair draw, but when you look at like how unfortunate or unlucky we were right at the last minute, I think you're gutted more really that you didn't get the 3 points rather than the 2. But
yeah,
I think you'll be in terms of like how recent results have gone, you'd obviously take the point because it's better than obviously no points. So it might give us that little bit more confidence going into Saturday, but I think you're still going to be a little bit gutted. I think that we didn't get all 3.
Yeah. And we usually use hypotheticals. We usually say possibilities or examples, but that offside was blatantly wrong.
Yeah.
It was blatantly wrong. Now, unfortunately, there are certain linesmen that I feel consistently get wrong decisions, but keep getting this level of matches.
Yeah.
Maybe it would be better for those linesmen that keep making decisions like that offside goal, dropping them down a few leagues, because that's not good enough.
Yeah.
Basically, that's not good enough. You can tell by the still, you can tell by the camera, way onside without a question. Without a question. But it is worth saying that the linesman is related to a referee that I've seen, when a goal has been scored, give the kickoff to the team that had just scored. And that should tell you all you need to know. But Bloaters missed out on 2 points there when from an awful decision. And it is an awful decision when you look back at it, and it's bewildering how someone can come to the conclusion of that being offside. But it is what it is, and we go on to Saturday.
Yep, now, as we said earlier, thoughts ahead to Bill Punton Day at the Wellesley, celebrating the fantastic career of a great man. We will be hosting Stowmarket in this fixture, which I am sure will bring in good numbers. So if anyone is at a loose end and have nothing to do, please come along to watch the Bloaters play this Saturday, because Norwich are away in Blackburn.
Yep.
So if you're coming down, come and watch the game, make it a good day.
Yeah, so Stowmarket currently sit 18th in the league, just 1 place above the relegation places. They have played 28 games with 8 wins, 4 draws and 16 losses, and they have a minus 27 goal difference, sitting on 26 points, albeit they are 16 clear of the relegation places, as the bottom 2 have been poor.
Yeah, Stowmarket, like Kirkley, have started picking up points of late, with 3 wins out of their last 5. Those 3 wins coming against Lakenheath, Soham and Long Melford. Over their last 5 games, they have scored 10 and conceded 8. So another good test for the Bloaters. who have a bit of a depleted squad through injury and suspensions, but we will back the lads 110% throughout the entire game.
Yeah, it should be a win.
I think we'll obviously want to win to just get that, try and get the momentum back up, get the form back up, because obviously results recently haven't been great for us. Obviously we have got quite a weaker squad with a lot of injuries, suspensions, so I think there will be quite a few reserve players coming into the team to help. But we've still got a fair few strong players in there as well. So it'll be a good game, hopefully, at home. Hopefully the weather's nice, good atmosphere, good crowd, and just get behind the players for the entire game, and then hopefully pick up 3 points.
I think another worry is the 2 injuries that we picked up on midweek, with Deeks coming off injured early in the first half, and was it Belmar?
I think, but them two had only just come back from injury, and because of other injuries, they were sort of put into the
fast
team.
Tracked back into the
they
team
were sort
when
of forced in a bit too soon, and obviously that's probably caught up to them a bit too quickly. So that's quite a big issue there, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it was always a risk.
Yeah.
But you got to look at the risk against the reward.
Yeah.
And if they felt, and if everyone felt that they could do it, even if it was 60 minutes, if the plan was to do 50 minutes, 60 minutes, and then take them off. But it was probably just, it was just unlucky that they picked up injuries early in that first half.
Yeah, because I think we
against
already
Kirkley.
made, because you have 3 opportunities to do subs, and I think we already had 2 of them opportunities within the first probably 35 minutes.
Yeah.
So you already so for the remainder of the first half and throughout the second half, you only have 1 option to make 3 subs. So.
Yeah, but hopefully there will be a big back in there. A lot of the Amber Wave will be there. We're still trying to source a drum.
Yeah.
So if anyone sees us when it goes out Friday and has a drum laying around, please bring it to the Wellesley for us, because we may have broken our last remaining drum.
5 drums, 3, 4, 5 drums we've gone through.
Yeah. So if anyone does have them, please do. But the lads will, as normal, have the Amber Waves full support, and we will back the lads every step of the way. And we will make it a fortress on Saturday. And we know Stone travel in good numbers. They're a nice club.
Yeah.
So
hopefully, just in general, just be a good day.
Be a good day. Yeah, I'm not a fan of their bar food because it made me really sick last time. But other than that, it's lovely. Yeah. They are lovely. So we hope you enjoyed this episode, as all from us, and as always, up the bloaters.